In the past 80 years, the Institute of Field and Vegetable Crops has become the leader in agricultural research in Europe and worldwide. The Institute has gained international reputation for plant breeding research and strengthened its position as a leading plant breeding institution in Serbia. Breeders employed at the Institute of Field and Vegetable Crops have developed over 1,200 cultivars and hybrids of 50 plant species, 1,000 of which have been registered and grown in 30 countries. The Institute employs a formidable team of more than 100 researchers, 90 holding a PhD degree, and 300 professionals in various fields. Their joint efforts provide high quality of products that the Institute offers: seed, technology, training, and services. The Institute gave enormous contribution to the development of agriculture in Serbia and abroad, which has been confirmed by the records on NS cultivars and hybrids in food production. As the leading Serbian research institution, the Institute was officially recognized as the National Institute in 2018. The Institute of Field and Vegetable Crops consists of several research departments and laboratories: Maize Department, Soybean Department, Sunflower Department, Department of Rapeseed and Other Industrial Crops, Small Grains Department, Forage Crops Department, Department of Alternative Crops and Organic Production, and Vegetable Crops Department, Laboratory for Soil and Agroecology, and Laboratory for Seed Testing, as well as working units, experimental fields, and general affairs. The development of new and improved small grain cultivars is the cornerstone of research conducted at the Small Grains Department. The research primarily focuses on breeding for higher yields, better quality parameters, and higher resistance to stress in wheat or barley cultivars, whether they are intended for human consumption or animal feed. In the past decades, small grain breeding research has resulted in the development of improved cultivars, yielding more than 13 tons per hectare under optimum conditions. The application of modern biotechnology is expected to result in yields exceeding 15 tons per hectare. Besides high-yielding potential, producers also appreciate high technological quality of NS small grain cultivars. More than 474 winter and spring NS small grain cultivars have been developed at the Institute, and they occupy the largest growing surface in Serbia. 40 winter or spring wheat cultivars, 10 winter or spring barley cultivars, 2 winter triticale cultivars, and 1 spring oat cultivar have been registered in 17 countries in Europe, Asia Minor, and North America. The development of maize hybrids at Institute of Field and Vegetable Crops began in the early 1940s. NS maize hybrids have occupied the largest growing area in Serbia and worldwide, thanks to continuous research, innovation, and application of new knowledge in maize breeding programs. Over 294 NS maize hybrids have been released in Serbia, 365 have been registered abroad, while 23 NS maize hybrids are included in the OECD list of varieties. The most important properties of NS maize hybrids are high genetic yield potential, good adaptability, and yield stability under different environmental conditions, as well as high tolerance to economically significant diseases and pests. Institute of Field and Vegetable Crops is the first seed producer in Serbia who marketed maize hybrids tolerant to cycloxidin, active ingredient of the herbicide Focus Ultra. 3 hybrids tolerant to cycloxidin have been registered so far: NS444 Ultra, NS5041 Ultra, and NS640 Ultra. Research activities conducted at the Soybean Department are focused on the development of high-yielding soybean cultivars classified into different maturity groups with improved technological quality and greater tolerance to abiotic and biotic stress. Soybean breeding programs resulted in the development of 339 soybean cultivars, of which 148 have been released in Serbia, 52 in the EU, and 191 worldwide. Cultivars developed at the Institute of Field and Vegetable Crops occupy 80% of total soybean cultivation surface in Serbia. Research experts at soybean department are in charge of breeding, seed production, and processing of pre-basic, basic, and certified seed of NS soybean cultivars. The Division of Microbial Preparations is the structural unit of the soybean department. It uses theoretical and experimental knowledge for the production of the commercial microbial preparation or biofertilizer for leguminous crops called N-S-nitragin for soybean, green beans, dry beans, peas, and alfalfa. The Institute of Field and Vegetable Crops accredited the Center of Excellence for Legumes, composed of researchers employed at the soybean department and forage crop department. Excellence of research conducted at the center will place the Institute and the Republic of Serbia at the position of European leader in legume research. Perennial forage legumes are an irreplaceable protein component of Unifit meal intended for livestock feed. The Institute of Field and Vegetable Crops has developed 17 alfalfa cultivars in Serbia, 9 of which have been registered abroad. NS alfalfa cultivars occupy 70% of the Serbian market share. Red clover, a perennial forage legume, is mainly grown in central Serbia. The Institute of Field and Vegetable Crops has developed 7 red clover cultivars in Serbia, 3 of which have been registered abroad. Forage legumes and forage brassicas are suitable for the production of inexpensive voluminous feed in the early vegetation period. Winter field pea and winter vetch are the most affordable, high-quality types of voluminous feed. NS winter field pea cultivars have high fodder yields ranging from 40 to 60 tons per hectare of green fodder or 8 to 11 tons per hectare of hay. They have 20 to 22% raw protein content and good adaptability. Breeding programs of winter field pea have taken a new turn with the development of cultivars with high genetic grain yield potential from 4 to 6 tons per hectare, which are in high demand on domestic and foreign markets. Breeding programs of NS sunflower started 70 years ago. Over the course of the years, the Institute of Field and Vegetable Crops has remained one of the world's leading sunflower breeders. The Institute of Field and Vegetable Crops was among the first in the world to replace sunflower cultivars with sunflower hybrids, the first to develop hybrids tolerant to phomopsis, the first in Europe to release clearfield hybrids tolerant to imidazolinone herbicides, and the only institute to develop both clearfield and sumo hybrids tolerant to tribenurin methyl and clearfield plus hybrids. Institute's sunflower breeding programs consist of the development of hybrids with high seed and oil yield, tolerant to the dominant diseases, insects, and drought, hybrids tolerant to imidazolinone and sulfonylurea herbicides, hybrids with improved oil qualities, confectionery hybrids, special purpose hybrids for bird feed, and ornamental hybrids. World's largest companies purchase the seed of NS cultivars. The Institute of Field and Vegetable Crops achieved impressive results by registering 600 NS sunflower hybrids in 25 world countries. NS sunflower occupies the growing surface which exceeds 3 million hectares worldwide. NS sunflower research programs received worldwide recognition when the Institute was selected to host the World Sunflower Conference, which will be held in Novi Sad in collaboration with the International Sunflower Association. Genetic studies of rapeseed began in the 1990s, as well as breeding, improvement of production technology, and seed production. It resulted in the development of 13 winter cultivars and 2 spring cultivars released in Serbia, 1 winter cultivar released in the EU, 1 in Ukraine, and 2 cultivars released in Bosnia and Herzegovina and Iran. The Institute has released the first 3 Serbian winter rapeseed hybrids. The main activity of the department is development of high-yielding cultivars tolerant to biotic or abiotic stress, production of high-quality parental line seeds, cultivars, and hybrids, cultivation practices, genetic research, and maintenance of the gene bank of rapeseed and other industrial crops. Through the development of rapeseed research and seed production, the Institute develops the potential of the plant species which is in increasing demand on Serbian and foreign markets. Oils extracted from rapeseed are suitable for human consumption and food processing industry, while the quality of rapeseed meal makes it suitable for use as animal feed. The main research activity of the Department of Alternative Crops and Organic Production in Bački Petrovac is aimed at improvement of alternative crop breeding programs for sorghum, hemp, tobacco, millet, buckwheat, squash, and other medicinal and aromatic plants and spices, primarily under sustainable production systems. Breeding programs of industrial hemp with high stalk fiber content and high-quality oil are currently in progress. Sorghum production consists of grain sorghum and broom corn. Butternut squash cultivars have high yields and high seed oil content. Buckwheat and millet cultivars have stable yields at regular and stubble sowing. Burley and Virginia tobacco hybrids with high leaf yields are regarded as high-quality hybrids by the tobacco industry. The Institute of Field and Vegetable Crops maintains extensive collections of various alternative crops as the basis of their breeding programs of medicinal and aromatic plants and spices, as well as organic production. Vegetable Crop Department focuses on vegetable crop breeding, seed production, and application of proper cultivation practices. Vegetable crop breeding programs resulted in the development of 89 cultivars released in Serbia and 27 cultivars registered abroad. The Institute of Field and Vegetable Crops contributes to the successful production of 25 vegetable species and 14 flower species. Over 100 vegetable crop cultivars suitable for open field or greenhouse production have been produced and marketed. The laboratory for seed testing employs highly qualified staff and uses cutting-edge research equipment for analysis of seed quality of field and vegetable crop species, grasses, and medicinal plants. The laboratory has been accredited by the International Seed Testing Association and the accreditation body of Serbia. Analyses are conducted according to ISTA rules and national regulations. The laboratory examines quality of seeds for the local market, export, inspection samples, conducts lab analysis, issues the corresponding documents and OECD certificates as authorized by the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Water Management. Approximately 9,000 samples are analyzed at the laboratory every year. The Laboratory for Soil and Agroecology provides external lab services and conducts research in the scope of national and international projects. The laboratory offers expert lab services and conducts analysis of soil, pesticides, fertilizers, plant material, and irrigation water. The laboratory activity is in compliance with the quality management standards. The laboratory has been accredited by the accreditation body of Serbia and authorized by the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Water Management. The Institute of Field and Vegetable Crops owes its high position at the global seed market to a formidable team of researchers, modern laboratories, seed processing center and greenhouses, as well as the efficient production which allows seed multiplication throughout the year. Research and development of new lines, hybrids and cultivars at the Institute of Field and Vegetable Crops resulted in the production and distribution of seed under the popular brand name NS Seed in 2007. NS Seed has significant market share in Serbia, while the high-yielding, top-quality and good adaptability cultivars and hybrids are exported into 35 countries under this brand name. Cultivars and hybrids developed at the Institute of Field and Vegetable Crops have established a high competitive position among the world's leading seed producers, while the brand NS Seed has been recognized as one of Serbia's best export products. The Institute of Field and Vegetable Crops has received the prestigious awards, the Best of Serbia and the Sretenje Order of the Third Degree. The institute has officially been recognized as the National Institute of the Republic of Serbia in 2018.